All I ask is that you all keep an open mind.
That's a Dremora.
Sombrin, what's going on here?
Easy, everyone. This is Zaina. She can help us. Mercenary, why don't you speak to her?
Interesting. I didn't expect to hear from Sombrin again after he left, despite my advice. But to find him in the presence of a powerful mortal and 2 other ambitions... But where are my manners? Greetings, mortal. I am Zaina. And so I did. I sensed his need and offered my assistance. He learned well, and as he will tell you, I never betrayed him. Is that why he has summoned me? Because those other 2 ambitions now face the same danger that almost consumed him? Then you must bring them to my sanctuary. They are far more than anything you can imagine. I helped Sombrin because I didn't want to see him fall into Mehrunes Dagon's hands, or destroy himself with his own power. I will do the same for the others. I hide in the Deadlands. Yes, Dagon's realm. But I have ways to protect us. Before you bring them, they must be attuned to this realm. Find slivers of the Deadlands lodged in your world. Sombrin will show you how to use them to attune the ambitions.
As I said, Zaina helped me. And she can help Kalia and Destron. You just have to trust her. And if you can't trust her, trust me. Forgive me, but in my experience, most of Nirn takes a dark view of Dremora. Zaina found me when I was at my worst. If she wanted me dead, she could have killed me years ago or just let me destroy myself. Instead, she helped me, taught me control. Oh, of that I'm certain. Competition in the Deadlands is fierce, especially among the non-aligned Dremora. I know that she seeks allies to call upon when the need arises. Having 3 ambitions who owe you a favor? Oh, that's like gold to Zaina. Let me mark your map. Zaina told me where to find these slivers of the Deadlands when I needed them. Dagon cultists often enshrine these shards whenever they find them. You'd be surprised how often chunks of oblivion make their way to Nirn. I'll describe the process when you return. I need to prepare a portal at a place where the planar boundaries are thin. Take Kalia and Destron and gather the slivers. Then I can attune them to the Deadlands. I also marked where to meet me on your map. Our powers interact strangely with the natural forces of the Deadlands. That's why we need to be attuned. Of course, I underwent the process years ago. Now we must help the twins do the same. Keep them safe, then meet me on the road south of Gideon. No, you're not an ambition. Besides, you've been to the Deadlands already and suffered no ill effects. If the twins attempted that before we attuned them, the plane would rip them apart. Our power is connected to Mehrunes Dagon in some way. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that there's some element of Mehrunes Dagon inside us, and it wants to return whence it came. I think that's what Von Dacia hoped to accomplish by killing me. Anyway, I'd rather not see that happen to any of us.
I suppose we must trust in Sombrin's experience. He knows quite a lot more about our powers than we do. Does it matter? I felt the power inside me when I lost control back at the temple. I couldn't stop it. If Sombrin hadn't suppressed my flames, I would have ignited the city. Unless you know another way to fix me, I don't think we have a choice.
Let's find these objects from the Deadlands as Sombrin's mentor suggested. If it helps keep me and my sister alive, we've got to try it, no matter the risk. No, but I never heard of ambitions either before all this began. We're in new territory here, but as long as my sister and I are in danger, I'll take help wherever I can get it. Let's go and find these objects.
Find anything?
Can you believe it, Kalia? We're going to be great heroes!
What's heroic about being consumed by our own powers?
Zyna taught Sombrin to control his powers. She'll do the same for us.
If the cultists or our own powers don't kill us first.
Come now, sister. Where's your sense of adventure?
What if Zyna only wants to use us for our power, Destron?
She can't force us. You heard her. She needs allies, and we're as powerful as they come.
I've read the stories. Pacts with Daedra never turn out well.
I'll protect you, Kalia. You have my word.
Silly little brother.
This is a great area
I'm
for
the one who
harvesting.
protects you.
You're barely older, only by a moment.
Oblivion, take you!
Two slivers of the Deadlands, one for each of us. Mission accomplished.
I fear it just gets more difficult from here.
You worry about everything. Let's go meet Sombrin.
Anything useful? What do you think you'll make with that?
Destron, stop! This is serious!
Relax, Kalia. We're on an adventure.
Destron, be serious! Our own powers could destroy us!
That won't happen. I won't let it.
It might not be up to you.
Kalia, we'll figure this out.
We're doing this to avoid all that. Did you gather the slivers? You found the Deadland slivers? Good. I set up the portal at the top of the hill behind me. I'll attune Kalia and Destron. Then we can make our way to the summit. I need you to deal with a complication for me. Creatures were drawn to the hillside by my actions. Could you make sure the path to the top is clear? The last thing we need is for some mundane and random threat to provoke a response from Kalia or Destron. Just like we discussed, focus on the slivers of Deadlands.
It's working!
I've never traveled by portal before.
Quick, step inside. Follow when you're ready, friend. Welcome to the Ashen Forest, my friend. Deep in the heart of the Deadlands. Talk to Zaina. She'll tell you what you need to do. Unlike when I did it, the twins will have each other and you when they walk the path of the obelisks.
So these are the Deadlands. I admit, I'd feel a lot better if I learned how to use our powers before I came to a place like this. I feel like we're going about this in the wrong order.
What a bleak and terrible place. The sooner we're done in Dagon's realm, the better. I don't think mortals are welcome here.
I greet you, mortal. As with Sombrin, I shall do all that I can to aid the twins. But first, they must survive the Ashen Forest. They must walk the path of the obelisks. Before I can teach them to contain their power, they must first come to understand it. The path of the obelisks will help them do so. They must visit the 3 ancient oracles and learn the truths that each will reveal. Protect the twins from the dangers of the forest. They cannot unleash their power safely until they have learned to control it. At each obelisk, you will bear witness to the truths they learn. Come to me when all is said and done. Then we shall see. The power of these 2 ambitions grows with every passing moment. You must hurry. The path begins to the northwest. Look for the obelisks of origin, empowerment, and inevitability. Each will reveal a hidden truth. The Dremora of my clan have dwelt in the Deadlands for ages uncounted. This is the seat of my power, just as it is Mehrunes Dagon's. My purposes, however, are my own. Allegiances among Daedra are not as simple as they are in the mortal world. Let us just say that I do not wish to see Mehrunes Dagon succeed in this endeavor. The ambitions must not fall into his hands. I cannot say for certain. Their truths are their own, not mine. Yet I know that they must walk this path. A mortal cannot become what they are meant to be without first understanding what they are. Much remains hidden from these 2 ambitions.
What a bleak... What a bleak and terrible place. The sooner we're done in Dagon's realm, the better. I don't think...
Well done!
Watch out!
That must be the first obelisk.
Prepare yourself, brother, while our friend activates it and serves as our witness.
You've got a knack for stumbling across those things.
Something's happening.
The babes are asleep? How? I couldn't get the boy to stop bawling.
I fed the twins until they were full and exhausted.
Your Majesty, welcome. The babes are healthy and strong.
As commanded, my Emperor. She bore twins.
As Mehrunes Dagon commanded, so it has been done.
Our parents and the High Priest? I don't understand.
Such a short vision, but it tells me so much. Our parents, I think they willingly gave us to the Emperor and Vandacia. I suppose we should see what the next obelisk has to show us.
I don't remember my parents. They never told us anything about them in the vault. I suppose this means they were loyal subjects of Emperor Morikar. That they were working with Vandacia. No. We were told our pasts weren't important. All that mattered was the moment and the future when our purpose would be revealed. No, but I always assumed we were special. Meant for great things. I had no idea they only wanted to kill us. Like they were just fattening us up all those years for the inevitable slaughter. That must have hurt.
I suppose this is the obelisk of empowerment.
Activate it, if you would, friend.
It's starting.
Time for the final ritual, my Emperor.
Proceed, High Priest.
O Mehrunes Dagon, Prince of ambition and destruction, imbue these infants with your power! Let it ripen and grow within these vessels until the appointed time.
As
So,
Dagon wills
let it be done.
Our parents were sacrificed to Mehrunes Dagon? Why? Our parents went along with this madness. They allowed themselves to be sacrificed to empower Vandacia's ritual, to imbue us with Dagon's power. But for what purpose? He said something about ripen and grow. They went along with it, but I'm not completely certain it was their choice. Even true believers have to have some sense of self-preservation, don't they? Regardless, it's clear that whatever Vandacia wants us for started at that moment. Do we have any choice? I need to know everything, even if a part of me wishes we were still in our sanctum and you never found us. If it helps us control our powers, if it keeps us alive, well, I'm not ready to die. And neither is my brother.
Vandacia. He performed the rituals that gave us our powers. And all for the glorification of a Daedric prince. I think I may be ill. You're unstoppable!
No remorse!
Take
attacking
that,
us.
foul creature!
That's it. Are you hurt?
Foul thing. Leave us
If
be.
only I could assist you! That portal opened on its own. Suppose we should step inside.
This must be the day you learn you are destined to fail. That I and the Waking Flame emerged victorious.
No. Destron, is that us up there?
And Mehrunes Dagon? Is this our future, Kalia? Is this inevitable?
How long ago was it? When I crushed you and claimed the ambitions for myself. It must be rather depressing to see that all your efforts were in vain. That my victory is inevitable. Visions? You must understand the forces with which you meddle. Given your failures before you died, that doesn't surprise me. You entered the portal at the obelisk of inevitability in the Deadlands. What could be more inevitable than the future? Look around and see for yourself. The very fact that you stand before me proves that you didn't stop me. You didn't save the ambitions. You didn't save anyone. I destroyed you. Now this realm belongs to my lord and master Mehrunes Dagon. You still do not understand. This isn't your time or place. Here you are nothing but dust long forgotten. You're a ghost of failures past. As much as I would enjoy it, I can't kill that which is already dead.
Mercenary, time to go. Through the portal, quickly.
Vandacia. He had us displayed like trophies.
We saw our future. We're doomed.
Snap out of it. What you saw was just one possible inevitability. Nothing is set in stone. The obelisk of inevitability reveals just one possible future. True, it's the most likely outcome, but it isn't the only one. Now that we know where things are heading, we can work to change the course. We're dealing with forces beyond our understanding. It was always going to be a difficult journey, but the obelisk of inevitability only shows what will happen if events continue on their current course. That future hasn't happened. Yet. The perils of visiting oracles. Are we better off knowing what is to come, or continuing on in blissful ignorance? I believe our choices matter. I choose to resist Mehrunes Dagon, and no vision will sway me from that path. I hope you feel the same.
Vandacia is going to win. We saw ourselves. He was drawing power from us, like sipping wine from a chalice. But you saw how Vandacia looked. Strong, powerful, and Mehrunes Dagon looking down on us. How do we stand against that? Can it really be that simple? Was that the point of these visions? To show us how we were created, and to reveal a dark and possible future? All right, I understand. Just because the night is long, doesn't mean the sun won't rise tomorrow.
I didn't think that was how my story was going to end. I really thought we were going to win. Isn't it? You saw the Prince of Destruction. How can we hope to fight something like that, let alone his High Priest? Maybe it's better if we just let our powers consume us. At least then Vandacia won't be able to claim us. Now you sound like Kalia and Sombrin. You're right, though. We have power beyond anything Vandacia possesses. That's why he wants us. Once Zaina teaches us to control it, we'll be unstoppable. All right. We're with you. Let's go get this done.
Mortal who bore witness for the twin ambitions, let us speak. We can finally greet each other in person, mortal. Before we begin the process that will permit the twins to control their powers, I must ask you a single question. Why does one who abhors Mehrunes Dagon care what happens to his ambitions? A noble sentiment, but they are more than just people. They are powerful weapons. Dagon's priest imbued them with a portion of the Lord of Destruction's own energy when they were born. It has grown and intensified in the intervening years. Imagine that each ambition is like a mortal bank. Instead of gold, the priest deposited a portion of Dagon's energy inside them. That energy grew with them, compounding and doubling year after year like interest on your savings. It also transformed. In every way, what was once just of Oblivion became mixed with Nirn. Now that energy is a part of both realms. And that is why Mehrunes Dagon wants it back. It will give him the connection to Nirn that he so greatly desires. A path to your world. Their power is like a volcano, building until released as an explosion or a lava flow. One is catastrophic, the other merely destructive. I will delay the eruptions while teaching them to dissipate and maintain control. You may observe, of course. We must begin the ritual at once. This way.
Stay close, friend. I'll feel better knowing you're nearby. What's happening? What's going on?
Zaina, what are you doing?
Helping you fulfill your purpose. Your ambitions. You belong to Mehrunes Dagon.
Oh, what happened? No! Zaina! Damn it! You betrayed us!
Something on your mind? I'm listening. What's on your mind? I have never met someone braver or more true. I'm proud to call you friend.
Damn her! Zaina betrayed us and cast us into the spider nest! It's a dungeon beneath her sanctuary. She sends her enemies here to die. We aren't her enemies. She saved my life many times. If she'd wanted to hurt me, she could have done so long ago. Why turn against me now? I don't want to believe that. But I heard what she said too. And she completely drained my energy. I can't call upon my power until it recharges. We need to find a way out of here. We need to get to Kalia and Destron before Zyna turns them over. First things first. I need to restore my power. Let me think. Zyna told me about an old foe she destroyed, tossed them into this place and kept their skull as a trophy. It may hold enough energy to recharge my power immediately. The skull is in the treasure chamber. You can get there through the east door, retrieve it, and meet me at the door in the north. When you find me, I'll be in a meditative state. Present the skull, and I'll do the rest. Menthix, an ancient rival. Challenging him was one of the last tasks Zyna assigned to me as she trained me to control my power. Together, we vanquished Menthix and left his bones in the spider nest. Zyna did something to Menthix to chain his essence here forever. She kept him from coming back by trapping his power here, below her temple. That's also why the skull contains energy. Energy I can use to recharge my own power. She probably didn't want to have to deal with 3 ambitions and you at the same time. She needs our powers at their full strength for whatever she has planned. She reversed what I did. I could feel it. Kalia and Destron's powers have been unleashed. Eventually. But probably not before she completes whatever she has in mind. Hurry. We need that skull. With it, I can recharge my power and help the twins. Then, when they aren't in imminent danger of exploding, we can figure out the rest. The skull contains the trapped essence of a powerful Daedric lord. If Zyna had simply killed her rival, he would have returned like Daedra do. So instead, she trapped a portion of his energy to keep him from coming back. You heard Zyna. My powers of both Oblivion and Nirn. I can use a spark from the trapped essence of a Daedric lord to recharge my power. That means Zyna's old enemy will be free to return someday. Not that I care about that anymore.
Star Steel! Fight? Good. Huzzah!
I can feel the residual energy. Hold the skull toward me, please. While my power finishes recharging, take a look at what I found. I left it over there. All right, I'm ready. Follow me. We have to stop Zyna. Attack! She's doing something to the twins!
Too late. Lord Dagon will reward me for securing the twins.
I'll help Callia and Destron. You deal with Zyna.
The ambitions belong to Lord Dagon. Their power is for him alone. My master will reward me for destroying you. Only you truly understood the nature of the ambitions. I will not fail my lord and prince.
Every villain
Zyna.
is the hero of their own
She
story.
was going to sacrifice us to
Funny
Mehrunes Dagon.
Sombrin, how could you bring us to this monster?
She wasn't like this. I didn't know.
Destron, help me open a portal. Like Sombrin showed us on the hilltop.
This wasn't how it was supposed to turn out. Come on. Let's go after them.
Cities are as alive, fickle, and uncertain as people. Some are good, some are bad. Some give you gifts, others rob you blind.
Zyna didn't want to help. She wanted to kill us. How many more of these fanatics are going to attempt to sacrifice us before all is said and done? At least I'm in control of my power for the moment. It may not last, but it's better than nothing.
Sombrin was only trying to help us. I know that. But he still led us to that evil place. Whatever Zyna was doing to us, though, it siphoned off some of my power. I think I can use my fire now. Control it. At least, for a while.
Zyna, she never gave me any indication that she was going to betray us. That she was involved in our creation and wanted to sacrifice us to Mehrunes Dagon. At least the twins don't appear to be in imminent danger of exploding. Let me take another look at Zyna's contracts. Yes, it's here. Zyna used a holy book to show Von Dacia how to create the 4 ambitions. Could it have been the Mysterium Xarxis? She was always loyal to Dagon. She never wanted to help us at all. Hopefully, they're either still locked in a vault or wandering free like I was. I hate to think that Von Dacia captured them while we were busy elsewhere. I'm not sure what we should do next, my friend. It's beginning to seem hopeless. I hope you're right, but I can't see a way ahead from here. If all else fails, we'll destroy ourselves before we let Dagon win. We're the keys to unlock the barriers between here and the Deadlands. We can't allow ourselves to fall into his hands. Callie and Destron. They have no reason to trust me. Not anymore. But I'll still protect them. And somehow, I'll find a way to earn their trust again. Whatever Zaina did to prepare them to be sacrificed, it seems to have dampened their power. How long that will last, I have no idea. But until their power builds to uncontrollable levels again, they should be able to use it to help us. I'll try to train the twins as Zaina trained me. If all else fails, I can take them back to the Deadlands. The realm seems to naturally siphon off our energy and keep it at manageable levels. Not my first choice, but it will serve as a last resort. I'm sorry. I had no idea Zaina meant to betray us.
She wanted to kill us, Sombrin. An apology isn't going to cut it.
Destron, Zaina betrayed Sombrin too.
Because he was stupid enough to trust her.
I will make this right. I promise.
Let's return to the temple. We shouldn't be discussing this in the street.
What is it?
Gideon is not the ground on which we conduct this fight. There is a better place to defend the ambitions. You return at a grim moment, mercenary. While you were gone, word reached us that the Waking Flame is gathering an army. I fear it will soon march on Gideon. But Evely said you took the ambitions to learn about their powers. Did you succeed? We are all in danger. At least you kept the ambitions safe. I thank you for that. Concerning the cult, Evely and I have made plans. But first, I want you to have this. Compensation for the work you have done up to this point on Blackwood's behalf. The Order of the Waking Flame has cast a net around Gideon. Von Dacia is gathering an army, including guards from the garrison who were loyal to him all along. He knows the ambitions were here, and that they have now returned. No, the city is no place for a battle. When foes surround you, it is wise to put your back spines to a tree. We will move the ambitions to Fort Redmane. The Imperials abandoned it years ago, but my Blackfin Legion has been restoring its defenses. No, I have another task for you. Summon what allies you can to Fort Redmane to help defend the ambitions. I sent my legion ahead, but I fear we will need more warriors. Before you go, tell the ambitions what we are doing and why. They trust you. Tell the ambitions we will defend them with our lives. Just not here, where so many civilians could be endangered. Let us use Fort Redmane as the tree against our backs. Evely will see the ambitions safely to the fort. Talk to her before you go. I leave the specifics up to you. Consider who you have helped throughout Blackwood. Evely might have some ideas. Remember, this is not a mission for just any courier or messenger. The cult has made the roads of Blackwood especially dangerous. They are my brothers and sisters in arms, the finest Argonian warriors to ever emerge from Black Marsh. It started as a mercenary band and was tempered in the Akaviri and Alliance wars. Now they protect Gideon, and they will protect the ambitions.
Tell the ambitions no army of crazed cultists is going to sacrifice them on our watch. But try not to alarm them, which might be tricky. After I send out the call for allies, I'll escort Sombrin and the twins to Fort Redmane. Right. Anyone with an army that can help us. You head to Leowin. I'm sure Captain Rian would be happy for the Ivory Brigade to lend a hand. Beyond that, what about anyone else you helped here in Blackwood? Anyone have any soldiers they can spare? That's great. My brother Baragon always told me that adventures turn on the favors we collect along the way. So, who do you think we can count on? Definitely go call in that debt. More Brigadines would be very helpful when the Order of the Waking Flame attacks Fort Redmayne. The Border Watch garrison of the Ivory Brigade. Great fighters from what I've heard. You should absolutely ask the commander to send whatever support he can to Fort Redmayne. The legendary Argonian warriors? I read about them. You have to go ask them. I do hope they'll come. I really want to meet them. You'll ask them for me, right? We could use those kinds of skills at Fort Redmayne. Tell Sombrin and the twins I'll be with them shortly. I have a few more details to work out with the governor. After that, go see Captain Rianne and then meet me at Fort Redmayne. But don't take too long. I'd rather you were there when the cult attacks. You went to the Deadlands? And you took the ambitions with you? What were you thinking? What did you expect was going to happen in the Deadlands? That's where Mehrunes Dagon keeps all his stuff. Well, at least everyone made it back. Now, we just need to keep them safe from Vandacia and the Order of the Waking Flame.
The Order of the Waking Flame has an army. They're marching on Git.
Damn cultists. The Blackfin Legion will give them what for.
I thought you said soldiers were useless against a cult like the Order of the Waking Flame.
Well, if those mercenaries from Leowin lend a hand, that should make a big difference.
Something's going on, isn't it? Seems like every Blackfin Legionnaire is in a hurry today. Let me guess. Vandacia's coming for us again. I know the place. It's an old Imperial garrison, isn't it? I passed by it during my travels after Varen's forces released me from my vault. A fort is more defensible than Gideon anyway. I see the logic. But aren't you coming with us? I swear to protect the twins in your absence. I took Zaina at her word, and it nearly cost Kalia and Destron their lives. I'll die before I put them in danger again.
Did I hear correctly? We're going to a fort? Why do I have a feeling that this story isn't going to have a happy ending?
We're moving again? I've barely had time to experience the world outside my vault, and now, well, I may not get much of a chance. I'll go with Evely and Sombrin. At least I'll get to see more of the countryside, right?
What is it?
Greetings. I bear a message to you from the sly T1, spymaster in service to Keshu the Blackfin. Ahem. It reads, meet me at the graveyard east of Gideon. Need your help. Urgent. T1 did not want to disclose too many details. This is a private matter, and he is always careful with information. I am sorry I cannot tell you more. I am but the messenger. He awaits you in the graveyard. He will tell you everything there. I erect the spine of gratitude. Do not let T1's desire for discretion worry you. Please, go to the graveyard. Help him if you can. He is egg brother to me, along with Keshu, Voshuruk, and Zosin. We grew up together in the village of Sikat Yul. If you trust Keshu, you can trust T1. But I should let him speak for himself once you meet with him. It is a quiet place where secrets can safely be spoken aloud. But as Spy Master, T1 could achieve the same secrecy in many places inside the city walls. It is curious, but that is between you and T1. The graveyard lies to the east.
The Dark Elf Saint Veloth. His spirit apparently lingers at the shrine. Find out.
I told you not to spook him. I was perfectly civil. Your brand of civility leaves much to be desired. Ah, good. You've arrived. Your punctuality is appreciated. I am T1, Spy Master of the Blackfin Legion. I serve General Keshu in all matters of intrigue. Though the matter I need help with is of a more personal nature. I hope I am right in trusting you with it. Straight to it, then. One of our own has gone missing. Zosin, one of our closest companions, and Keshu's principal ambassador. My informants tell me he was last seen speaking to a dark elf named Malin Drad. That's where you come in. Something's got him on edge. He won't talk to any of us. The members of the Blackfin Legion are easily recognizable in Gideon. I need someone he won't see coming. I want you to see if you can speak with him and learn what he and Zosin discussed. He's staying at the Egg and Hammer Inn. The method of information extraction is up to you, and I will see you rewarded. All I ask is that you be discreet. Too many prying eyes will ensure Zosin never opens up to us about whatever is going on. Once it was the name of General Keshu's army. Over time, it has come to be synonymous with those who follow her. Those of us that have been members of the Blackfin Legion since its inception have been close since we hatched from our eggs. Indeed, it includes Zosin, Voshuruk, Pikiril, and myself. We have followed Keshu the longest of anyone. I still remember when Keshu had to rescue Zosin during our rites of maturity, after he fell into a patch of quicksand. He has grown distant lately, meeting in secret with other mages, disappearing for days at a time. There is something troubling him that he does not want his egg siblings to know about, but I believe he might have told Malin Drad. He is an odd one, but no villain. An accomplished mage and expert on the planes of Oblivion. He put his conjuration skills to work in service of the Ebonheart Pact, though he's since retired to spend his days drinking and poring over old tomes. Like most arrogant mages, he enjoys making sure others are aware of his superiority. He's a talker. My mistake was not stopping Voss before she confronted him directly. He doesn't want trouble with the Blackfin Legion, so he's playing coy now. Voshuruk, likely the finest warrior in Gideon, next to Keshu herself, and certainly the strongest of our ranks. She grew up with the rest of us in Sikhat Zol, and much like myself, has served the Black Fin for many years. Apologies, it's Keshu's nickname. Voss was actually the one to witness the event that started it. During one of our trials, Keshu emerged from the dark waters of the swamp to kill 3 Naga. Like a black fin on the prowl, Peak Iril wrote. No, I have not informed her, yet. She is very busy, as you are no doubt aware. Her claws are full with the fallout from your encounter with those crazed Dagonists. I wish to keep her in the dark for a moment. She has enough to worry about.
Thanks for your help. Word of advice, step lightly around the Dark Elf when you speak with him. He scares easy. I think he soiled his robes when I first asked him about Zosun. T1 says that's my fault, though I do not see how. I have great love for him, but we have always been opposites. When we were hatchlings, I was busy bloodying my scales, while he was mixing tinctures. He is brave, and he is often too clever for his own good. I worry for him. No clue, but Zosun is a master conjurer and a veteran of many battles. I have no doubt that whatever trouble he's gotten himself into, it will not get the better of him. Still, I believe he needs our help, whether he asks for it or not.